Welcome back, everyone. JAYBONE here for Smash This Podcast. Oh my God. What in the blue hell did we just watch? This was, I knew tonight was going to be fun. I knew tonight was going to be like what I like to call, turning a point in the company where you're turning the page on a whole new chapter. Pardon me while I pop one of these Mountain Dews. The aroma. Open. What is this one called again? Major Melon. Man, I love whoever did the design on this. It's wild. So, how's everyone doing tonight as we get into tonight's chaotic episode? Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Check out the pardon me. Check out the links in the description. Go get yourself some STP merch. Hoodies, caps, pillows, coffee mugs, you name it. It's in there. If you're on Twitch, you can sub, you can share bits, you can do all that lovely stuff. If you're on Team YouTube, you can jump in the super chat, do the super sticker stuff, all that lovely stuff. So, we're going to start out with a little news first, because there is a lot to talk about for another brand that you all know that I love. Some Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling. Bell's Boy with the super sticker. Much love, brother. Thank you. Great way to start out the night. Pardon me. There is a lot to talk about. We'll get to Dynamite. We'll get to Dynamite because I know you want to talk about all the chaotic stuff that we just saw, but we got to cover some news first, all right? So one thing I noticed, and if you follow the TNI page on the socials, I was spreading the word about this too. We go to the news page. Number one, we're super excited that Josh Alexander is coming back tomorrow night for Impact on Access TV. But we got an update on this WrestleCon event that's happening on April 1st, Friday, April 1st. Man, whoever is going to be in attendance for this, you have a hell of a night ahead of you. Now, I'm a little worried about where this is going to end up. It says in the article here, it's going to be exclusively on Fight. I'm not seeing any place on Fight TV yet where to order this. But I have, Fight TV is decent. I'm not knocking them. I have faith that they're going to, get that up sooner rather than later because we've got less than a month away till this huge weekend happens. Punk with the bits. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So what do we got here? We got some new matches for this multiverse of matches at WrestleCon. Oh my goodness. First, I saw this one first. I saw the Chris Sabin, Impact Wrestling's Chris Sabin versus Bullet Club's Jay White. Shut up and take my money. Oh my God. Next, we've got now this is interesting. I'm looking at the picture here. And the picture shows, now I didn't notice this. Let me show this. I'm going to do a little share screen-a-rooney with you guys. This one, I'm not going to lie, a little confusing. I'm not sure why this says this. But in this one, we've got Eddie Edwards versus Tomohiro Ishii of New Japan. Now, here's the thing. Look, if you see my cursor on the screen here, where I'm circling, this doesn't say Impact Wrestling. This says Noah Pro Wrestling. Very interesting. I'm not sure why. Look, I know he's a former Noah champion. And I know he's wrestled for them. It's been a few years. You know, we've been going through a little thing lately. So he hasn't been over there. But I know he has a rich history over there. So I found that very interesting. I'm not going to overthink it, but I am curious as to why he's representing Noah. It is probably just because he's got history with them. And maybe Noah is, you know, Noah wants to be represented here and they can't send people over or something. I'm not sure. All right, I'm looking in the chat here. It's Critical Sting says it's the multiverse for a reason. Terrence Sullivan says, well, Eddie turned his back on Impact Management, so it makes sense for him to say Noah instead of Impact, as he is the leader of Honor No More. Correct? Correct. Correct. Yeah. So yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $1. We also got some news. Speaking of, oh my goodness, the phone is going off. We also got some news that no, I do not want AEW Rampage spoilers. Thank you very much. I didn't know if that was going to be live or taped, but I guess we got that answer. It's taped tonight. All right. Yes, Terrence, I'll allow it, Susan. Bell's boy, what's your professional podcasting opinion on this JAYBONE? My professional podcasting opinion is that this is all by design. See what I did there? See what I did there? This other news I'm going to talk about is tremendous news. Now, you can love him. It is tasty, folks. Or you can hate him. But Eddie Edwards is sticking around for the next few years because he has signed a new deal with them. I'm just scrolling down here real quick here. Okay. This is from like 5 hours ago. Okay. First reported by Sports Illustrated, Eddie Edwards has signed a new contract with Impact Wrestling. Sports Illustrated says two-time champion Eddie Edwards has signed a new contract per Justin Barrasso. Now, here's that word again. I've been critical. I've been critical of Justin Barrasso before because he's the same one that was talking about, the sale of Impact Wrestling when it wasn't for sale. When it was, when things were falling apart and he was spreading that fake news. And when that fake news gets out there, that upsets the bone.
Pull my scarf!
Exactly. But like I said, love him or hate him, Eddie Edwards, the leader of Honor No More, is sticking around in Impact Wrestling, wink, wink, for another few years. Tremendous news. I mean, boo! I mean, yay. Wait, what? No. Die Hard. The heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. He's still the heart and soul of Impact Wrestling. Zach Bonifer here says, happy birthday, Rick Steiner, Nikita Koloff, Melina, and Aubrey Edwards. I did see the Aubrey Edwards post. Wow. That is quite the grouping of talent there. That is something. All right, so that's pretty much all the news I have. I don't think I have anything. Well, okay, there's this. Okay, so the main event is set for Rebellion, but they also just dropped this. This is interesting. Trey Miguel set, and this is per ImpactWrestling.com in their news page. Trey Miguel set to defend his X Division title in a triple threat match at Rebellion. It goes on to say here, Trey Miguel has been on a roll since winning the X Division Championship for the first time ever at Bound for Glory. Following successful title defenses over the likes of Steve Macklin, Laredo Kid, and Rocky Romero, I think we have to throw Jake something in there as well. Trey's next challenge will come in form of not one, but two opponents as he defends his title in the triple threat match at Rebellion. Trey's opponents will be determined in a series of qualifying matches in upcoming episodes. I'm not sure. Something's missing here. Of Impact on Access TV. Don't miss Impact Wrestling's spring pay-per-view extravaganza Rebellion on April 23rd. Ooh, 2 days before my birthday in Poughkeepsie, New York. All right. So that's very interesting. So it looks like there's going to be a tournament coming up. Critical Sting here in the chat talking about Aiden Prince. Says either Aiden Prince is signed or he worked out something on his own to work in the States. Yeah, Impact Wrestling fans have been clamoring this for a while. Now where? You know what? Let me jump back in here real quick. Because I know I saw a match or something. Aha. Okay, here we go. Buckle up for this week's exclusive digital media match. So you have to be an Ultimate Insider or be on the Impact Plus, which I'm on both because I'm goofy like that. Let's see. So Aiden Prince versus Speedball Mike Bailey. I'm trying to see. This is from Louisville, Kentucky. Okay. All right. So premieres Tuesday, March 8th. So it premiered yesterday. Free on Saturday, March 12th. Okay. So those of you who are not subscribed are going to have to wait till this Saturday. All right. So no, I have not watched this yet, but I am looking forward to this. So yeah, maybe Aiden Prince is signed. I have not heard any news on this, but I'm very excited for that. For those of you that saw his matches on Impact Wrestling a couple years ago when they were touring up in Canada, he was all over those, doing X Division matches. He just couldn't come to the States. Well, what do you know? He's in the States, folks. So, we'll see. We'll see. I can't wait to watch it because the guy's extremely talented. There's a whole bunch of guys up there that I know that Scott D'Amore is very close with. And he, coached them or helped train them, something like that. Terrence says it's a damn good match. Short, though. Oh, okay. All right. So we'll wrap that up for the news. And let's dive into tonight's AEW Dynamite. Fallout from this past Sunday's Revolution. Oh my God. Anna with the super sticker. Thank you. Thank you. Much love, hon. Much love. We start out hot with Jericho in the ring. And he talks about how he sounds remorseful. He sounds remorseful, like he knows he made a mistake this past Sunday and he didn't shake his hand. Eddie Kingston's hand, that is. And so he calls Eddie Kingston down. And Eddie Kingston, man, the guy is... I mean, there's probably a handful of people that you could say, like, currently in the business right now that are some of the absolute top promo guys in the biz. Two of them are in the ring right now with each other. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho. Eddie Kingston is... he's incredibly, tremendously authentic. There's no BS with him. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He tells you exactly what's going down on it in his head. And I appreciate stuff like that. It's like, okay, yeah, wrestling is what it is. I always say let's not overthink it. But when you have guys like this that have you on the edge of your seat and you're hanging on every word like, oh, what is going to happen here? What is this? This sounds a little too good to be true. Chris Jericho calling him down. And I'm like, something's going on here. Something's going on. But they talk back and forth. It's really, really intense. And they end up shaking hands. And then all of a sudden, we got some theme music playing. Excuse me. And it's Daniel Garcia and 2.0 coming down to beat up both of them. One of them immediately goes after Chris Jericho. He's instantly holding his neck because he kind of messed his neck up at the pay-per-view. Well, you know, it's not ballet, folks. They take out Chris Jericho, and then two of them are beating on Eddie. And all of a sudden, Santana and Ortiz come down. And Santana's got a baseball bat. And he hands the bat to Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho's up now. Chris Jericho takes the baseball bat and takes out Santana. And then Ortiz is taken out. And then 2.0 is holding Eddie Kingston. And he gets taken out from Chris with the baseball bat. Hager comes down and he actually sides with Chris. He starts taking out Santana and Ortiz. This is insane. Like, you knew something was going to come to a head soon. But this was like all so like intense and sudden. And so I feel like we're going to get a new / old version of LAX in AEW. Eddie Kingston's going to be with Santana and Ortiz, proud and powerful, if you will. I doubt they'll call them LAX because Impact has the rights to that. But look, you're like me. You're an Impact Wrestling fan. You're always going to think of Santana and Ortiz as the OG LAX from this past, 5 years, I'm saying. So, Bell's boy. So Jericho has left one group and joined another, the Jericho Appreciation Society. Looks like Eddie and Proud and Powerful will be the faces. Yeah, that's pretty much a given. I'm not sure about the name of this group. Critical Sting says they are not LAX until they bring out the slapjacks. Yeah, right. The Jericho Appreciation Society. It's way too corny. I don't know. Maybe he'll twist it, change it a little, but that just sounds, oh my God. The crew that he's rolling with here is way too violent for that to be a thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, whatever. I don't hate it. It just is like, it doesn't roll off the tongue. So, Chris Jericho, who, by the way, I said this during the last couple times I've been talking about Chris Jericho. He looks amazing. I don't know what he did. Stopped drinking the Grey Goose. Did 1,000 sit-ups a day to get like this again. But the guy's got abs again. Looks great. Looks great. Okay, so some of the people in the chat hate it. Okay, well, he's a heel. You're supposed to hate him, so job done, right? All right, we continue. Man, this is starting out crazy. It doesn't stop. We get a CM Punk promo here. I'm not sure where this is going with CM Punk. I thought maybe we were going to see him tonight, like in the ring, maybe attacking someone, maybe a heel turn or something. I don't know. Something's going on with Punk. He's changed a little after this match he had with MJF. Oh, and speaking of MJF, no MJF tonight. Interesting. Probably needs time to lick his wounds, if you know what I mean. We then have, and I don't know if this was advertised. I really didn't see a lot of promotional stuff earlier today. Not that I looked for it either, but, when I was prepping for this, I didn't see exactly what was all promoted for this evening. Other than I knew that Sammy had the TNT title match, which I was pretty sure was going to headline this. And it did. And we'll get to that. We get an AEW World Title match. Dante Martin, who apparently is the number 2 below in the rankings leading up to the AEW World Title. Oh, Critical Sting says he announced it was announced 2 hours before the show. Oh, okay. Bell's Boy says, I think Punk turns heel and will chase Adam Page's title. He's going to have to finish some stuff with Adam Cole first, but we'll see. Yeah, you're right, Bell's Boy. Punk kind of left clues during the media scrum after Revolution. And it's one of those things that's just said in professional wrestling. If your ultimate goal is not to become the champion of said brand you're wrestling on, then why are you doing it? Right? Why are you doing it? So, makes sense. But Dante Martin versus Adam Page for the AEW World Title. A quick match, but a fun match. Dante Martin, damn, he is so athletic. His athleticism and his high flying maneuvers, if you will. So it's another win for Adam Page. And then Tony Schiavone is going back and forth with Adam Page, and Adam Cole interrupts. Who'd have thunk that, right? Who'd have thunk? And so he interrupts and he challenges Adam Page next week. Sounds like next week on the St. Patty's Day Slam or whatever it's called. The Super Slam or whatever. I don't know. The St. Patty's Day special. Can't believe that's already coming up. Man, where is this year going? It's just flying. Jeez Louise. So it's going to be Adam Cole and some tag team of his choice versus Adam Page and a tag team of his choice. And that starts getting a little hairy too. We'll get to that. We then get what is the cover of tonight's review. This newly born tag team. I don't know if this tag team is going to get a name. And I haven't personally thought of a name yet. So I'm curious. If you guys put this in the chat, and if you're watching this on a replay, put it in the comments below, please. I'm very curious to see what my audience would come up with. If Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson could be called a new tag team name, what would you call them? But we get the first tag team match here with them together as a tag team versus a tag team that I feel is very underrated. Some of you may know this tag team. Some of you may not. They're called the Workhorsemen. Now, JD Drake, you're probably familiar with. He's been on and off TV. He's been kind of one of the mid to lower card guys, that gets fed to some people. JD Drake, don't sleep on JD Drake. He's very talented. Very talented. He got put with his old tag team partner tonight, which makes me really happy. Anthony Henry. Now, he just got done having a cup of coffee up north in the WWE, but was let go like so many others. I believe he was part of the 205 Live brand. Had some matches with Alex Zane, amongst others. But Anthony Henry is one of those guys. It's depending on how far back you've watched my stuff. I've talked about Anthony Henry before. I became a fan of his when I was watching that other little streaming service that lasted about a year or two, if that, not even, called Flow Slam. And they covered events like Evolve and many other independent wrestling companies at the time. Some in the U.S., some international. And Anthony Henry is one of those guys that, man, he stood out to me. I thought he was great. And there was one point, and I don't remember if it was FIP or some other company he was working for, but there was a short journey that this Anthony Henry went on, and it kept me on the edge of my seat because it led to Anthony Henry getting some kind of title shot, something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But that's where I became a fan of Anthony Henry. And that was about 5 years ago. 2017-ish, give or take a little, around the time I was watching Flow Slam. But yeah, great to see Anthony Henry and JD Drake back together. I know people criticize Tony for signing so many people, but I'll say this. If he signs Anthony Henry to be with his old tag partner, JD Drake, and they keep the Workhorsemen as a regular tag team and, hopefully have some success, I'm not complaining. And I really hope you guys dig them too. So we'll see what their future is. But, man, I'll say one thing. They could take a whooping. Because, well, what are you going to say? Bryan Danielson and Mox, man, they're just some of the most badass guys on the roster. And you put them together as a formidable team, man, they are going to flip this company on its head. They are starting a new chapter for themselves. And they have one of the most dangerous men in professional wrestling in their corner. And his name is William Regal. And man, oh man, it was so good to hear William Regal on the mic after this. It gave me goosebumps. I've missed listening to him, and yes, of course, you could say that's my own fault because I didn't watch NXT, but I wasn't interested in NXT. It's not that I don't love certain people in NXT or WWE. It's just the content just isn't for me right now, and I'm very happy watching Impact Wrestling and AEW and supporting brands like this because it's something different. To me, it's refreshing. I've watched so much wrestling in my life that that there's just certain things that I look for that entertain me at this point in what I like to see in sports entertainment or wrestling or whatever you want to call it. And this is the stuff that makes me happy right now. I see my favorite nephew is in the chat here. Good evening, Paul. Hope you're well. So yeah, William Regal, hell of a promo with Tony, and they even get a little emotional there. It's been a while since Steven Regal has seen Tony Schiavone. Those guys go back. You forget, 20 plus years that William Regal just had in WWE, he had a whole career before that. WCW and internationally and all over the place. So yeah, tremendous match. Kind of a fast. Some of these matches are kind of fast, but they're cramming a lot in tonight, so I'm not complaining. It's more about storytelling tonight than it is the matches, but the matches were okay. I really can't complain. So Bryan Danielson and Mox win with like I said, William Regal in their corner, and I can't wait to see what's next for them. They're just going to tear shit up, man. That's just going to be a hell of a journey. Auntie and Papa are doing all right, Paul. Thank you for asking. Much love, brother. So next we got a segment backstage with the Dark Order, and Adam Page comes in. And they let Adam Page know that they're all ready to be in his corner for this match that's going on next week. And Adam Page kind of grimaces and says, "Well, I already kind of have a tag team in mind. It's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus let me know that they wanted to be in this match, so I just told them, yeah." And so, there's this awkwardness, going on. And you can tell Alex Reynolds, if you saw the pay-per-view, there was a part during that main event where Adam Page got up and he was surrounded by members of the Dark Order, and they were checking on him because they were concerned because, it was a very intense part of the match. When Adam Page got up, he literally shoved Alex Reynolds away from him, and this ensued a brawl between the Dark Order and Red Dragon. And the match continued. So Adam Page apologized to Alex Reynolds because, he's like, well, emotions were high, and I'm sorry I shoved you, there's no hostilities meant. And so the level of awkwardness in the room, you can cut it with a knife. There's something going on here. Something's brewing. I can't tell what's really going on. Like a heel turn or something. I don't know. Something's happening. And you can see this even during the scrum. Adam Page was, we'll just say he was off. He was off. He was deep in thought. Things were messing around in his head, So there's a story being told here. We just got to wait and see where this goes. Wheeler YUTA versus Pac. Quick match, fun match though. Two very entertaining guys in the ring. Pac wins here. He makes Wheeler YUTA tap out. Then we get another awkward segment with Adam Cole standing between the Young Bucks and Red Dragon. And Young Bucks just assuming that they're going to be the ones that get picked here. Nope, it's Red Dragon. So Young Bucks are just left standing there, just awkward, kind of, now what? Now what do we do? So something's going on here. I don't know if this is eventually going to put Adam Page and the Young Bucks back together, but I feel like maybe that's where this is going. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Man, another chapter is changing on this show. We've had so many different so many different things happening on this show. This was just an absolutely loaded show. FTR here talking about what their goals are next. And then FTR and Tully Blanchard kind of get into a little tiff. And Tully Blanchard's like, no, you should do this. And FTR's like, no, it's not about that. We're going to do this. So, you know what? You're fired. So FTR fires Tully Blanchard. So I don't know if this is it for Tully Blanchard being a part of the brand or part of the company. If they're going to keep him on backstage quietly or something, or if this is just he needs a break from the road. I mean, he is getting up there in age. This isn't an old guy's business anymore. It's a young guy's business. So I don't know. Pell's boy says Tully got 86th tonight. The Pinnacle looks like it's dead too. Yeah, the Pinnacle is definitely going through some changes. Definitely. I mean, I could see FTR staying with MJF to a certain degree. Maybe not. I don't know. MJF's going to start a whole new chapter too. I mean, he's still going to be an ass. But the inner circle's dead. There's this new Jericho appreciation thingy dingy. Man, what's going on? Then we have an AHFO meeting in the ring. Andrade, Matt Hardy, Private Party, Butcher and the Blade are all present. And Andrade and Matt start going back and forth, and it sounds like, I didn't catch all the verbiage here because it happened kind of quick, but Matt Hardy assumes that they're going to try to vote out Matt Hardy from this, this family, this stable. And he's like, and there's no way in hell this is happening. There's no way this is going down. My boys will represent. And he's like, well, let's vote on it. I was like, all right, well, let's vote on it. There's a board meeting. You vote during board meetings. So Andrade, thumbs down. And then you get his I don't know what, his right-hand man, his secretary, I don't know what you call it, jabron next to him. He gives him a thumbs down. That vote doesn't really count, but it counts, I guess. So then Matt, I'm reading the chat here. Matt gives a thumbs up. And his boys behind him, Private Party, give thumbs up. And then they're waiting for other votes to go down, and Matt's talking, and all of a sudden Private Party look at each other and change their vote to down. And they all start beating on Matt. And man, Matt's just having a rough day at the office. So then Sting and Darby Allin come down to the ring, and obviously they are still severely outnumbered. Well, all of a sudden, Jeff Hardy's music, the classic Hardy Boys music, starts pumping through the speakers of this arena, Fort Myers Arena. Jeff Hardy, ladies and gentlemen, is all elite. And yeah, we saw this coming, but it was still a cool moment. So, Matt and Jeff are finally back together, standing tall with Sting and Darby Allin. So, yeah, I'm stoked. We're probably, I mean, yeah, you could, kind of guess where this is going. There's going to be some big match coming up. Sting, Darby, and the Hardy Boys versus Butcher and the Blade and Private Party. Something like that. Something. But hey, that's, whether you want to see that or not, I still think it's going to be pretty awesome. Just the fact that the Hardy Boys are back together. And they're also coming to, an indie event near you. I know they're coming, just a few minutes away from me, my neck of the woods. I'm not sure who they're facing yet, but it's I know they're coming to town, so we'll see. Terrence was hoping for another me theme, the classic TNA one. Yeah, you're not the only one. I saw a few people online talking about that, but hey, it's the Hardy Boys, So Hardy Boys and the Young Bucks, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, I'm not complaining about that either. The last time they faced each other was a handful of years ago in a company called Ring of Honor. So welcome Jeff Hardy to All Elite Wrestling. Man, and we get so much Tony Schiavone tonight. We should have a bell for Tony Schiavone segments, just like Hudson. Tony Schiavone, ding, I don't have a bell though. I could tap my mug, but that really doesn't do anything. But anyways, Trent, I need to borrow the bell. No. Tony Schiavone, and he's with Swerve Strickland in the back. And we see a wild Tony Nese. Hey, it's been a minute, Tony. No fault of his own. I know a lot of people have been talking about that lately. It's like, how the hell could you hire a guy like Tony Nese and really not do much with him? Has he been on, I don't watch Dark or Elevation. I'll catch a match here and there sporadically. If I see someone from the indies that sparks my interest or something, or if someone says, oh, you got to check this out, so I'll check it out. Has he been on there? I don't know. But hey, great to see Tony Nese on Dynamite, on TV. And so it looks like we're going to get at Rampage Swerve Strickland, the in-ring debut AEW Rampage of Swerve Strickland versus Tony Nese. Pretty exciting. Back from witness protection, says Bell's Play. Oh, man. Critical Sting says, Tony Nese keeping his physique around all that catering deserves a medal. It's true. Damn true. So, hey, I can't wait to see that. Swerve is going to be, I mean, let's be honest. There's a million things you could do with Swerve. You could shoot him up the ladder to become a TNT champion holder someday. You could put him in the main title contendership. You could pair him with someone and make an insane tag team. You could do so many things with him. I hope, we all hope, if you're a Shane Strickland fan, that he just gets used, So, used well. Let me say used well. You got to put that on there, right? So yeah, can't wait to see that. Tony Schiavone again in the ring with, the last segment was a backstage segment. This is in the ring. But Tony's a busy guy tonight, man. Wardlow, he is in the ring, and Wardlow informs us all that he is going to be free and clear of MJF now. And of course, we're looking forward to finding out later tonight who Wardlow is going to be facing next week at this St. Paddy's Day Slam. Keith Lee's in the back, and QT Marshall welcomes him to AEW. And he's like, I just want to let you know that me and my crew, we got your back, Keith Lee. We like you. Keith Lee's like, well, I got a pretty big back. I don't really need any help. Thanks, though. He kind of just strolls off, and QT Marshall instantly very upset at this. He's like, you'll pay for this. You'll pay for this, Keith Lee. So, I'm sure somewhere sooner rather than later, we're going to see QT Marshall versus Keith Lee. Can't wait. AEW tag team titles match. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy versus the Acclaimed, Caster and Bowens. Christian in the corner of Jurassic Express, of course. Man, this was a good match. I seriously thought for a minute we were getting new tag champs. I wouldn't have complained. Look, I love Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, but I love me some Acclaim too. And yeah, some of his raps are, a little better than others. Tonight's was all right. I've heard better, Caster. Come on. And I'm not saying it's got to be controversial, but I wasn't feeling it tonight. But nonetheless, yes, Terrence, Max Caster is hilarious. This was an amazing tag team match. And it really shows how good both teams are, especially the Acclaimed. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that the Acclaimed are going to be tag champs someday. Just not tonight, though. Not tonight. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy retained. It was close, though. It was really close. Like I said, they made me think that we're getting new tag champs tonight, And the match is good if it's, starts putting some doubt in your mind, So, like I say, never assume anything. Jade Cargill talking about this open challenge, and I'm not sure when this is happening. My guess is next week. We'll see. But she wants her record to become 30-0. So who's going to step up to that bitch? I don't know. Who do you want to see face off against Jade Cargill next. I did really enjoy her match with Ty Conte. But it's getting to the point now where she's really faced a lot of different girls. And a few of the girls that she has faced are not on the roster. The roster's only so big. So are we going to see someone new? So someone, are we going to get a surprise for this next open challenge for the TBS championship? We'll have to wait and see. Who do you want to see face Cargill next? Put it in the comments. Legit Leyla Hirsch in a good match against Thunder Rosa. I like legit Leyla Hirsch. It sometimes seems that she has a little trouble maneuvering around the ring, but I think that's because she has such a low center of gravity and everyone is significantly taller than her. But I do like that she's legit. Leyla Hirsch is legit. And she's got that name for a reason. She is good. Just some of her matches are better than others. But I can't say nothing bad about Thunder Rosa. She's one of my favorites on this brand, and she is absolutely going to be set to become AEW Women's Champion in her hometown next week. You heard it here. Bell's Boy says Anna Jay. See, Jade Cargill already beat Anna Jay a couple months ago. I wouldn't mind seeing her face her again, but I don't know. Give me some other names. But Thunder Rosa wins here, and she's going to be... Oh, so here's Tony Schiavone again. Ding, He informs a very emotional Thunder Rosa, may I add. A very emotional. He informs Thunder Rosa that next week in her town of... Is it San Antonio, I believe? I think that's what it is. She's going to be facing Britt Baker in a steel cage match. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see that. And that's something that they don't overdo on this brand is gimmick stuff. So I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, they get violent. So, they pull out the tables here and there, a little bit lately. But as far as like real gimmick matches, we don't see them a lot. So I appreciate that. So we're getting a cage match next week. Terrence says Athena Palmer. Oh, we know who that Palmer is. Will beat Jade Cargill. All right. Could be. Could be. Mickey James. JK, how about Jamie Hayter? Oh. Interesting. Bell's Boy says Taya will beat Jade. Oh. Bell's Boy, you're going to upset some Impact Wrestling fans. No, I honestly don't think Taya's coming back to Impact Wrestling. As much as I'd love to see her come back, I don't think she's coming. She's she's done stuff there. She wants to move on to bigger and better things. So, and it's understandable, it's understandable. So, yeah, keep the names coming. I'm curious what you guys want to see. Then we got is this the main event? It's the main event, folks. Main event time, TNT title match. Apparently can't spell match. I wrote down math. TNT title math. Scorpio Sky versus the defending Sammy Guevara, the Spanish God, if you will. Well, unfortunately, that Spanish God was knocked off his throne tonight. And I said this during the match. I said to Tracy, who really wasn't paying attention, so I was kind of talking to myself, but whatever. I said, Tracy, if we're getting Wardlow cashing in his brass ring next week for a TNT title opportunity. The fans aren't going to want to see Wardlow versus Sammy Guevara. They're going to want to see Wardlow versus someone that you're going to want to boo. No one's going to boo Sammy, especially down in Texas. You make Wardlow beat Sammy in Texas? Oh my God, there would be riots in the streets. And not even a Thunder Rosa win for the AEW women's title could save a arena being burnt down by the pissed off fans. You know? So I understand what happened tonight. I love Sammy. He is absolutely one of my favorites on this brand. But his time has come and gone, as TNT champion. Scorpio Sky gets the win. And of course, there's some shenanigans. You know, Ethan's doing his stuff. Paige Van Zandt was present too, messing with Ty Conte at ringside. Oh, and by the way, Paige Van Zandt is also All Elite. Signed the contract on Ty's booty. So rude. The disrespect, I tell you. Great match, though. Great match. I'm very happy for Scorpio Sky. And he is the first ever in company history to hold the TNT title and the tag team titles. So congrats to him. But I feel it's going to be short-lived. So, and that kind of sucks because Scorpio Sky is so good. He's so good, and he deserves a little more. But, Terrence Sullivan. Settle down, Terrence. It wasn't that kind of moment. Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. All right. But yeah, great match between Scorpio Sky and Sammy Guevara. Sadly, Sammy Guevara is beaten, and I mean beaten bad, because honestly, he was still recovering from that crazy match at the pay-per-view. I mean, he did some insane stuff. His ribs were taped, and they told a great story in the ring, because during the commercial break, I think it was the last commercial break, it looked like they were walking him like away up the ramp, like, okay, he's done. He's injured. Can't do it no more, because he took a hell of a bump through that table. That table exploded underneath his 450 outside of the ring. Crazy moment. Crazy. But then he pulled the old, no, I can do it. I can do it, you know. And I wish I would have heard the crowd during this moment, but it was during commercials, so all you saw was him turn around, Ty go, she's holding up her hands, trying to stop him, like, no, you're hurt. No, you can't do this. And, you know, the doc from ringside is there too, going, no, you can't. But he probably didn't sound like that, but no, you can't, you know, whatever. But tried to, you know, talk some sense into Sammy, like, no, you can't go on. You have to. But in a case of a forfeiture, wouldn't that make Scorpio Sky the new champ? Apparently, Oreo agrees. So he's like, no, I'm not done. I'm getting back in the ring. I'm finishing the match. So he gets back in the match, and of course, he loses. But Paige Van Zandt, I swear to God, it's Mountain Dew, folks. Nothing else. Paige Van Zandt is All Elite, and Scorpio Sky is your and new TNT title holder. And that's the show, folks. Tonight is in the books. It was nuts. It was absolutely a turning of the page moment in company history. We have new stables. We have factions broken up. We have more surprises showing up, like Jeff Hardy and Paige Van Zandt is All Elite. A little awkward because she was supposed to have that feud with a Brandy Rhodes, and a week later, Brandy was gone. So now it looks like it's going to be Ty Conte versus Paige Van Zandt in some upcoming event. I don't know if this is already going to be next week or going to be some other event down the road, but a lot of new things happening in this company. It's very exciting in my professional podcasting opinion, and I'm digging it. I did not think we were going to get this much excitement tonight, but just shows that they're not afraid to, really do some crazy mind-blowing stuff on a Fallout episode just days after Revolution. So, new champs, debuts, man, what can you say? New stables. It's wild. Absolutely wild. Bell's boy says it's so sad that Scorpio gets a title before Ethan Page does. Karma. Yeah, well, Ethan Page will get something someday. We'll see. A little sarcasm there. I still like him, but yeah, he's not one of my favorites. It's not like what it used to be. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure on your way out, make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of my content hits your screen. I'm also going to keep a close eye on these Impact Wrestling news updates on all the upcoming events. Because I enjoy keeping you guys, up close and personal on all that stuff. But come back tomorrow night over in that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans on YouTube and Twitch. And I'll be doing the live watch along, not watch along. I missed the watch alongs. The live reaction, and I'm sure some other people will join me. I'm sure Bill will at some point. And then stick around for the review. And can't wait to cover that episode because it's going to be fallout from another special show, which was Impact Wrestling's Sacrifice. So, crazy weekend with just a even crazier week of wrestling after these events. So, hold tight, folks. It's going to be, it's not over. We'll see you tomorrow night. Much love, everyone. Take care.